Welcome back to another edition of the Prospect Profile, a mini-series we do here within the Atlanta Braves franchise. We go over top prospects from AA Mississippi up to AAA Gwinnett. Last time we were in AAA Gwinnett to go over third baseman slash corner outfield prospect Eddie Baez. And now we're going to be staying in Gwinnett to go over middle infield prospect Jose Ochoa. Like I said, he is a middle infield prospect. He's mainly a shortstop, second base. He can play as well. He is a 75 overall, C potential. He bats righty, throws righty, obviously. He stands 5'11", weighs 172 pounds, and he is 22 years old from the state of Illinois. So Ochoa is one of those guys who is pretty much already Major League ready when you draft him. We did not draft him, though. Ochoa was one of those guys who was drafted by a CPU team. For whatever reason, they did not offer him a contract, or he was with them for a season, and then just played in the minors, and then they just decided not to bring him back. For whatever reason, he ended up in free agency in the offseason. We signed him. He is now in our system as going to be like one of the first middle infielder guys to be called up if we ever need somebody to be called up. And he is pretty darn good as a shortstop slash second baseman player. He's not going to hit for power. He is going to hit for quite a lot of contact, though. He has 67 versus righties, 71 versus lefties. No power, though. 30 versus righties, 37 versus lefties. He's just not going to be hitting home runs. He's not going to be cranking balls over the fence. He's going to be a guy who hits balls into the gap, slaps them past people. He is not going to hit the ball 300 miles to the moon like he's Rhys Hoskins or something like that. And he does have good plate skills as well with a 75 vision, which is definitely what you want to see. A high vision rating. A 61 discipline is pretty up there, especially for a guy who's not even at the major league level yet. And then a 68 clutch is also pretty darn good. So I believe that is the ability to hit with runners on scoring position. So if they want to add that into this game as a rating, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. And he has a pretty high rating for that, so that should fare well for his career, being able to drive runners in. He cannot bunt at all. I don't give a shit about that. We don't ever bunt on this team unless you're the pitcher. 75 durability. He is going to have no problem staying on the field, staying healthy as a player, and he is pretty much a Gold Glove level player in the field. He has 82 fielding and 82 reaction, which is just spectacular. And then he has a 67 arm strength with a 59 accuracy. Not the best arm, but it's definitely nothing to complain about either. He's still got a pretty decent arm, and then his fielding and reaction is definitely something too that is good. 82 fielding, 82 reaction is definitely what you would want to see. He could play shortstop at the major league level right now, and there would be no issues with his glove or really his bat right now. It's just pretty much that we have Swanson at short and Albies at second base. He's also got some decent speed with the 63 speed, 44 stealing though, and 80 base running aggression. 44 stealing is actually higher than I've seen some guys have. 63 speed is decent, but he is very aggressive on the base paths with that 80 base running aggression. And like I said, he could play shortstop or second base at the major league level right now, but we just have guys better than him with Albies at second and Swanson at short. So I would say the long-term outlook for Jose Ochoa is he is going to be like the backup middle infielder on the team. Right now it's Eric Stamets just because he was up there, and he's a guy who I don't mind having on the major league bench because he's not really developing anymore. Jose Ochoa can still develop quite a bit. He can still boost his overall, so unless he's playing every day, I don't want to call him up. So we're going to keep him down in AAA. Once he does develop a bit more, though, he might end up being the backup middle infielder. But as of right now, he is going to be the starting shortstop in AAA. And if we ever need somebody to be called up for an injury or something, he's probably the first guy that I'm looking at. So with that being said, it's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Prospect Profile, going over middle infield prospect Jose Ochoa. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.